everybody. What's up? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here for another edition of The Mikey Show. And I am going to start today with a new series called Hi-Fi for Dummies. And I'm not calling anybody a dummy. It's just like, you know, the books. Basically, I'm going to break it down in a very rudimentary level so you guys can sort of understand why we do what we do. Okay, so who this video is aimed for? This is aimed for people that don't quite understand what high-end audio is all about, what it means, why it costs the amount it does, and all that. And really what the draw is, why we do it. So I'm going to try and keep this as simple and streamlined as possible because there are so many facets of what I'm about to tell you. And I have supporting evidence on every facet that I can give examples of. That it would take us an hour, really, for me to just lay this all out. And I just don't want to do that to you guys. So I'm going to keep it straight and simple and to the point. Okay, so first things first, high-end audio is a luxury product. Okay, so understand what that means. It's not for everybody. The people that are dropping 50K on speakers, trust me, it's easy for them. Okay, the people that are dropping 24 on a DAC, it's easy for them. Okay, it's not a struggle. Okay, so just let's understand what the real high end is. It is a luxury product for people that have the means to buy luxury products. So it doesn't cross with the Kef little things and all that. That is something separate, okay? That is called mainstream hi-fi. That is not the high end, okay? That is the stuff that they produce 10,000 at a time, 100,000 of those speakers. They probably make 100,000 per production run of those LS50s. It's fodder. It's like cannon fodder. It is just, it is a widget, or what would you say? It's a commodity audio. It is not meant to have excellence at all. It's meant to be super convenient and give you more than, say, a boombox would, okay? More than a Bose radio would. Just enjoy what you've got, enjoy what's within your means, and have a good time and get into the music, okay? Now, I'll make a distinction for you guys in hi-fi. Once you get into the high end, which is what I'm talking about, these are my clients. But there are type 1 clients, let's say, and type 2. I'm just going to try and simplify this so you can understand. There's two reasons why people buy hi-fi and why people with means spend a premium on premium products. There's two different reasons. One is, and this is my camp, people that want to connect with the music, okay? People that want to sit down, listen to hi-fi, and have a religious level experience. What do I mean by religious level? I know it's a little dramatic. I mean where you completely are, you forget you're listening to an audio system, you lose track of time, you are completely immersed in a musical experience where everything around you disappears and all you can think about is the song and the music that you are immersed in, okay? That is a certain experience that takes a certain type of gear to get you to that point immediately. Now, if you can reach that point using Kef speakers, be thankful, okay? I cannot. My clients cannot, okay? If you are able to do that using a Bose radio and you're able to be immersed in the sound experience and forget the world's happening, then all the power to you. Consider yourself blessed. I am more picky. I am much more attuned to the little things. And so a Bose system or a Kef or whatever would never get me to the level of experience that I want when I'm making music listening my primary objective, okay? Let me make that distinction again. My listening is the actual pastime. I'm not listening to music while I'm doing other things, ever, okay? Unless I'm driving. When I listen to music, I have set aside time for only music listening. I come into a room like this that is created for music listening. It's treated for music listening. And all we do is listen to music in here. And we talk about the music. Now, why do I bring people in here? Because we want to have music conversations, because I want to turn somebody on to music, or they want to turn me on to something they like, and we really want to experience music together. That is the type A buyer, or the type 1 user of hi-fi. The type 2 user of hi-fi is the person that simply wants to show others cool shit, okay? So they buy a certain type, and there are certain brands that are the cool shit brand that you show off, and then there's other stuff that connects you to the music, because the people want different experiences out of the two. The type 2 buyer, the cool shit buyer, wants something that's going to blow people away, trigger their brain into analysis, and have their brain and their mind trip out on how loud and clear it's playing. Okay, and with all the little teeny little details, even details that are supposed to be in the background will be in front and center, 3D. It's like fireworks going off in the room. It's very stimulating. It gets you all agitated, or it gives you energy or anxiety in some occasions, and it will fatigue you eventually. Half an hour, 45 minutes, all you can, even less, is all you can stand of those cool shit audio systems. That's like Focal, Boulder, Macintosh, Sonus Faber, Wilson, Magico, Dan D'Agostino. I could go on. Okay, but those are the brands that are like the demo or dealer sound, or blow you away in the first 15 seconds type system that agitates you, or that gives you anxiety, or just wow, that kind of thing. Whereas the type 1 system is like listening and connecting to the music, where it's relaxing, where you completely just relax and like forget you're listening to an audio system and chill out. It's just like an unwind, a decompression type relaxation. You can listen to those all day long and just sit and listen to music and share it with other people. So 2 different distinct types of buyers in the real high end, right? Some and there's different brands for each. Some are for connecting to the music. Jeff Rowland, Viola Labs, Tad, Fisher & Fisher, Magnapan, just to name a few. Aesthetics. These are brands for the people that like music, that want to connect with the music. To make the distinction, there's 2 different types in the buying public of hi-fi. Now, you just need to know neither one is right or wrong. My camp is type 1, okay? And that's what I sell. That's what I do for people. My clients want that. There is type 2, but that doesn't mean type 2 is wrong. I just want to point out the distinction for you people. So if you're after a relaxing experience, you don't buy Magico, you don't buy Wilson, you don't buy Boulder, you don't buy Focal, because those are just going to agitate you, okay? Generally speaking, from my experience, okay? This is my opinion. So here's the distinction. Type 1 likes to talk about music and use the equipment to listen to the music, and type 2 just love to talk about the equipment and use the music to listen to the equipment. 2 different distinctions. Decide what you want out of your rig. Do you want to show other people your cool shit along with your knives and your guns and your collectibles and your cars and when people come over, you just want to show them all the stuff you have? Then there's certain types of hi-fi that's good for that, because the Viola Labs is unimpressive. It doesn't look like much until you listen to it, and it's all about the sound. So the reason I make the distinctions and I separate between the 2 is so that you people can, when you're buying, know what you're after. Because if you go to the magazines purport and they sell and they pitch type 2. They rarely pitch type 1 because type 1 gets you out of the game. It serves the magazines and the media no purpose to pitch you and to say type 1 gear is great. They want you to think type 2 gear is great because it's anxiety and it's showing, and you're going to consistently turn it over. They're always for sale on the secondhand market. Try and find Jeff Rowland on the secondhand market. It's very hard. Try and find Tad on the secondhand market. You won't find it because people keep it, okay? So there's 2 different groups that I want you to know about in the hi-fi. And again, this is for people that have means. If you don't have the means, then don't trip on hi-fi. Just enjoy it for what it's worth. Get your $2,000 cuffs, sit close to them and just enjoy the music, man. And just don't trip out on what we do because we're in the high end. There's plenty of other things that are luxury products too. And it has to do on a person's means. Trust me, if the people out there right now, you're looking at Mikey and you're a $20 an hour worker and you're trying to think, how the hell do these people afford this? If you had $1 million in the bank and you were getting $350 on your investments every year for not working, you would buy a different level of hi-fi. You would buy a different level of shoes. You would buy a different level of car. You would buy a different level of house. You would buy a different level of everything. So don't trip that the stuff's 30 grand. That's not that much. You understand that in this industry, there's a $1 million cartridge for your phono, okay? And there's $1 million speakers. There is $500,000 amplifiers. So there's $500,000 or $250,000 preamps. So 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, it's not that much, okay? In the grand scheme of things, when you compare to other the true exotics. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time to explain to you why we do this. Different people have different reasons for doing this, but it is a luxury product. That's the first thing you need to understand. Hi-Fi is absolutely a luxury product, okay, for luxury buyers, okay? And then just you need to decide which type of how do you use your rig? Do you use it to demonstrate to people and show off how successful you are and how cool your shit is? If you're about showing off how cool your shit is, then you buy certain brands. If you're about connecting to the music and decompressing and spending a good amount of time in your listening room that is a dedicated listening room, true high-end for 2-channel excellence, it has nothing to do with fitting it in a decor. You have a room like this if you're really serious. If you're an audiophile, you're going to have your own damn room for true high-end listening. Are you after showing off cool shit, or are you after enjoyment and connection to the music? Because again, two different sets of brands completely that serve different buyers for different mentalities. I just wanted to take the time, try and make this quick to help you guys sort through what hi-fi is. So thanks for joining. I will be back with part 2 tomorrow.